Hello everyone. Well, I thought I'd try something different today. Um, I thought I'd give an insight of what it takes to make the videos that go up on the Soul Point page. Reason for doing this, I just think you might find it interesting. Um, it's nothing to do with me. It's not saying, hey, look how clever I am or how hard I work. No, it's the exact opposite. I'm not really interested in being bigged up for anything, but I thought you might genuinely find it interesting. So here we go. This morning you should put up a few pictures and I showed you how I got the audio into a file here and the other pictures show how I got the video there. Now the whole point is now I've got to join these two together to make the video. So to do that I use a program, and the program I use, if I can find it, is DaVinci Resolve. It's a video editing software, so hopefully it'll take a few minutes to load. And from this point on, I'll do it in real time. So what you see me doing for this, I do for every single video that gets produced. Now, as you can see, there's last week's and something else I've been doing. So we start off with an empty blank canvas. So here it is. Now, the first thing you notice is there's no video. There's no anything. So we have to get the video into the project. At the bottom of the screen, we have what we call a media bin. So here's media and it says no clips, nothing. So we need to get video into here. So what we do, we go File, Import Media. Now on my desktop, we have the master video with our 20 videos. So if I select them all in one go and open them, it'll ask me, this is just a technical issue saying, do I want to change the frame rates? But I don't. And boom, there's our videos instantly inside the program. So that's a start. Now obviously each video has to be turned separately into a video. So to do that we have to use an editing part, and that's on what they call the edit page. So we're on the media page, we got media in, now click over and we're on the edit page. And this is divided up into many parts. There's two screens, what they call the timeline, your titles, and your media. So the first thing I need to do is just tell it I want to make a timeline. So I'm going to make a new timeline. Now technically I should call it something, but because every week it's a quick turnover, I just basically leave it a timeline, whichever one it is, in this case 1 to 20, and leave it. Create it. Now we have a timeline and it's showing there. So these are the clips. And as I progress through the project, I'll get more and more of these timelines. So this is timeline 1. So we'll go back to the very beginning and see what we got. So as you see, we have lots of different videos. I'll just pick any one in general. There we are, we'll start with that one. Right, so start with Kim. So Kim, I'll double click Kim, put Kim into there. This is Kim. Now I've got the ability to find where Kim starts to sing, and the music's going to be played. Around there. So I'm going to put an in, what's called an in point there. That's where the video starts from. Scrap along. There, that'll do. Might as well take the whole lot. So I'm going to grab it and put it down here. So now we have the video on the timeline. By pressing a few buttons, I can see it all. So here is the video, and if I press play, now because of the way the video comes in, it's all coming out of one channel, and I don't need the two audio tracks. So making sure they're not joined together, I can highlight one and get rid of it. This one is still coming out of just one channel, so I need to change its properties to stereo. To stereo. That's better. Now then, we need to zoom in and find out where she starts singing. There. There's a W. So that's roughly where she's about to say the word well. So I'm going to highlight that track and press a button, and it's going to put a little blue marker on there. press the magnetic sign, so whenever I move around, it'll what they call snap to there. And if I press play, perfect. So I now have her saying the word well. At the same time, I want to people, you guys, to know who she is. So I'll bring in what they call a text box, double click, bring up what they call the inspector. Now it says title and title. I've got two boxes. As I type here, soul point. Make it a little bit bigger. Scroll down to the second box and write her name, Kim. Bit small, make it a little bit bigger. Because I chuck these out week upon week, I generally do this on an ad hoc basis. If it looks good, it is good. I also like to put a little bit of a shadow on it. I find 4 is great, so it stands off the page. But at the moment, if I press play, it just appears. That's pretty grim. So we're going to put a little fade in and a little fade out. Well, it's alright, Mama. That's alright for you. That's alright, Mama. So the next thing we need to do now, that's just the camera sound, which is not brilliant. So we need to bring in the mixed down version. So again, I can either go back to the media tab, or because I've got a timeline, I can do it from here. I need to bring in at the end here now the mixed down audio for Kim. So again, file, import media. This time go back to desktop. This time GarageBand audio. And we're looking for Kim. There she is, bless her cotton socks. Open. Now this is Kim's audio. So if I go here, move this up ever so slightly and drag that down here. Now this is Kim singing the song, but a much better version in stereo as well. So we'll put that there. So if I mute that music and I listen to this, that's much better. So we need again to find where she says well. Take off snap in a minute. I reckon that's where she says the word well. So I put a marker there. Put snapping back on. Now I should be able to move these so they line up. So well, it's alright, Mama. Better. And we can prove that by putting them together, muting the good sound, putting that back on. Well, it's alright, Mama. It's alright for you. Go back. Mute that. And mute that. Well, it's alright, Mama. One final check is if we actually unmute both and see if there's a little bit of an echo. Well, it's alright, Mama. That's alright. So I'm happy with that. Right, so what I can do now is get rid of that audio because we don't need it. Bring this down. Now, as you can see, this audio starts a little bit before the picture. Well, that's fine. And in fact, I don't really want all that time of her just standing there doing nothing. So what I normally do, switch off snapping, is I'll scroll in a bit, just about where she's going to sing. Switch the snapping back on. Bring the video to there. Bring the audio to there. Do a little bit of a fade in, about a second. There are 24 frames in a second. Now. Well, that's alright, Mama. That's alright for you. That's alright, Mama. So we went in, bring this down to here. Now then, the problem we got is at the moment, that's the very beginning. So there's a couple of seconds of dead space. So all I have to do is highlight everything and bring it back to the very beginning. So now, well, that's alright, Mama. Pretty good. Stop there. Bring the whole project in. And go to the end. Jump to the end now. As you can see, basically that's it. You don't have all of that. So go back until she comes to the last couple of lines. Anyway you do. There, that's pretty cool. So, bringing this into there. that into there. Do a bit of a fade out, a couple of seconds fade out, a couple of fade outs of the audio. Play there.
Any way you do.
So that's pretty good. Next thing we do now is just to do a bit of what we call color correction. So this is the color correction page. So there's the image as it is. And to be honest, it's okay. But what I can do, we're on the primaries page. You'll see down in the bottom corner by here, a lot of like wavy lines. If I change that to parade view, there you can see red, green and blue. So I made it a bit brighter, but if you look at the bottom, they're not down to the very bottom, isn't dark. So if I stretch that down to there a bit, there, but she's quite red. So if I change this to primary bars, and let's try and offset the red a little bit, just a little bit, there. Now what I've done is I've altered it so it looks a bit better on screen, and it's changed it here. So that's not bad.
Tell mama she don't tell me.
So what we've done, we've got the video, we've colorized it a little bit, we've added tidy video audio, and we've got rid of the original. All that's left now is to actually take it out of the program. I'll show you how it's done, but I won't actually do it because it takes time. I go over here to what they call the deliver page, and up here at the top there's lots of various formats you can take it to, including YouTube. And I know that I wanted it high quality, 1080p, and all I have to do in a minute is just give it instead of timeline, I'll change that to the word Kim, which I'll do now. Kim, add to what they call the render queue. It'll ask me where I want to put it on my computer. Now it appears up here. When I press this button here, it will convert the format that this is in into the format that YouTube likes. And at that point, it will leave this program and it will appear on my desktop as a film. So there you go. That's a rough idea of what it takes to do a film. As I say, I do all the films. I say I'm not doing this to show off or anything, but I believe as a Christian that because I serve a fantastic God, then everything I do should be to a high standard. No one's making me do this. Lee and Chloe aren't standing over me saying, Rob, do this. I've done this from day one and I love doing it. It's a little bit time consuming, and who knows, over time I might find a better way of doing it. But I do it because I want to give the best I can out of what I do. And at the end of the day, if I'm putting you guys on YouTube, then I want it to be the best it can be. So I hope you found it interesting. And there you go. I'll go back and over today and tomorrow now, I'll do all the videos that need to be done, roughly 20 in total. And you'll see them appearing one by one. You'll see some where I haven't got the audio done properly. It's off the camera. That's either because it wasn't recorded or there was a technical problem. But most of the time, this is the way it's done. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it.